on the run, riding down Highway 61. Sides of the roads all lined with fields, nothing but sunset in the windshield. Feel it as soon as I ride into town. This is where I go to slow down. Miles and miles of soybeans and corn. I'm in the place where the blues was born. About a mile from the big muddy river, place I'll always remember. Cabin on the lake and a fishing pole. Forever here I'll rest my soul. I can feel my worries drift away from being out in the sun all day. No matter where in the world I go, I'll always find home on the banks of that oxbow. What's up, guys? Brad Chappell back here, Crappie Connection at the Grizzly Jig Show 2021 at the new location. Boys, let me tell you, you knocked this one out the park. It's so impressive. This is the best thing that's ever happened as far as a crappie fishing superstore. It has to be called that now, I believe.
I would say so. I mean, we've always thought that we were the biggest crappie store in the nation. I can probably say now we are the biggest crappie store in the nation.
Without a doubt. It is a super crappie fishing store for sure.
Yeah. If anybody thinks they got something bigger, they just have to show us.
We're from Missouri, remember?
You gotta show us,
me.
man.
Yeah. Oh, I want to get back to even this location here. How many square feet of sales floor you got out there?
Oh, sales floor, there's probably, I don't know, 40,000 total.
Let's say.
Square foot.
Yeah.
How many SKUs you guys carry?
I'd say 300,000 plus.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't even venture it. That's what. Yeah.
And counting every day.
When we started putting the polls on the spreadsheet, you know, when we got up to like 7,000 just in the polls going down through there,
right?
And we weren't even through all of them. So, I couldn't tell you. Way too many.
You know, that's polls. Just imagine your smalls, your terminal tackle, your hooks, your jigs. I mean, split shot. You know, they're just vast.
And I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, it just fits the crappie fishing world to me. It screams us. And, man, from the consumer side, they can't get any better. And, you know, we've been here our third year as far as recording podcasts, and you guys have always been there to help us out. So, you know, we want to appreciate you guys. And hopefully our viewers get in here and order some more product from you guys.
Or come and check it out.
Check it out. That's what, I mean, goodness.
You know, it's trying to be it's a destination, too. I mean, it's not just, you know, a place to order stuff. I mean, we always have. Pros are in here all the time. I mean, hanging out, just it's not one of those deals where you might show up on one day and there may be Steve Coleman just over there hanging out, just talking, stuff like that. So,
well, even like the seminar room this year is so well laid out. You know, people can come and watch these seminars during the Grizzly Jig Show that hopefully they get a lot of stuff out. And I know I try to pour everything out I can to them, too.
If you can't get anything out of one of those seminars, something's wrong. You just got to listen. That's all there is to it.
Well, you know, like you said, a destination. As you can see, a lot of people, they're here all 3 days or 4 days of the show.
Yeah.
And it's just been awesome. But I want to talk about some new items for Grizzly Jig this year. What's some of the hot things out there right now, you say?
Oh, man. There's been quite a bit of new stuff. You know, I noticed that we picked up Bonehead last year. It was going well, but they really were on fire this year. We also picked up Brush Pile, new SKUs of different colors from different companies have also
now
been
you got
hot.
room.
Yes. We were able to add Extend Mid-South. Well, as you can see, the Bobby Garland is bigger. The biggest thing we had before is getting enough SKUs out. Before we could only put one bag that only had 12 SKUs in one little area. Now we can put 24. So
how many years have you had this Grizzly Jig Show?
Officially, it's like the 18th. But now prior to that, we did 2 or 3 years. You got to remember back in '98 when Big Lou and Scott held the record for the largest catch, we had probably 12 chairs in the first building. I think I would keep going back. I can't remember if it was Jackie Van Cleve or Billy Blakely or one of those guys, but there were some guys from Reelfoot that came over. Remember Tim Huffman?
Oh, yeah.
So back then, Tim wrote all the magazines and all the books, so he was with all these guys. So I believe he was there. Yeah. We probably had, I don't know, 12 to 24 people show up.
Yeah. How much has crappie fishing changed in that time frame? To 20 years to now?
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. The guys, the quality of stuff they buy and use, the vast amounts of different techniques they use nowadays. Back when I first started fishing tournaments, I mean, you only heard of 2 or 3 people pulling crankbaits. Now, people come in and buy. They come in and buy 150 crankbaits. That's the regular. That's the normal.
Right.
Because crappie fishermen, and I think it's even make the big guys like practical them realize, hey, these crappie fishermen spend just as much money as bass fishermen. Because your bass fisherman is going to buy one of those crankbaits in about 7, 8, 9 different colors.
Yep.
Crappie fisherman's got to buy 8 of each color just to have stock.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing with jigs.
Same way with poles.
Speaking
of poles, I think we got a new pole way we started to come out this year, the Denali. Somebody's signature series. I don't know who he is.
He had.
I don't know. But.
Yeah. I'd like to say that's my favorite pole. Definitely would be.
I can't wait for him to throw that in there. I didn't want to steal his thunder or anything.
Right.
I guess he didn't want to be that guy.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah. Was that why he was nudging you over there?
Yeah, he elbowed me.
I kept knocking him on the side, but he finally got the clue, I guess. But no, there's so many great products out there. It's hard to distinguish anything that's better than the other because there are so many good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just kind of want to give somebody else a plug. AFCO, when we talked to them away, said, we're going to get a bunch of that AFCO stuff here just see how it goes. I was like, man, I ain't going to buy that stuff. Well,
they bought it.
I got proved wrong.
Yeah.
That stuff was leaving all over the place. And, when I felt the quality of the product, I was like, because crappie fishermen and stuff, they're out there in the weather and they seriously fish. Don't mind spending something, on stuff that works.
That's it. That's the key word.
I was really blown away by them. I'm not going to lie. I was impressed.
But I have to give AFCO credit. Instead of sticking in the niche that they were in, which was basically saltwater fishing. Yeah. They dominate out there. To even think about freshwater or even the crappie fishermen. When they reached out to us and said, hey, we want to be a part, we want to put it in there, will you give us a chance? I was kind of like, I can't believe they asked us, and we did it. But like Lance said, we've seen that before.
Yes.
And they don't put the effort into it. So they did, and they were right. And so it benefited both of us. And we've talked about that before, with companies, working together and doing all the right stuff. So.
Yeah, even Hunter bought a AFCO sweatshirt right there.
They're nice.
I've got one at home. I'm not going to lie either. But there's so many different things that, I think these companies are finally, like you guys just touched on, is realizing that crappie fishermen are out there and we're wanting high-quality products. We want good selection, and we want it to be available for us. And you guys nail it, especially with this new location. You can have all those in one easily.
Yep.
But what about, just the history of crappie fishing? How many different, the growth of it have you seen?
You can look back, I would say probably in the 90s, before the evolution of just the crappie pole. Most of them are all standard, either fiberglass, graphite. They didn't get very long. Back then, 12 foot was probably the longest pole you've ever seen.
Right.
Now you've seen up to 20 foot.
Yep.
And the quality, same way. Prior to that, they always thought as the crappie fishermen is a lower grade, so they give them lower grade products because they assumed that they wouldn't spend more than $20 or $30 on a pole. Now you've got guys spending $150 on a pole, one pole. Yep. So, and you can tell the guides, all the other stuff that's winning. We even see poles now with wind grips. We see poles with all kind of different technology in them that we didn't see before. It's like a car. It just like you would think that they can't do any more to it, and it goes another step. So, I would definitely say.
Just quality of products.
The quality itself.
I think it just even the numbers of people are crappie fishing has grown so much.
And the vast age ranges, back when I first started fishing, when I was a kid fishing with my dad and stuff.
That's a long time ago.
Kids it was. We'd go in his little 14-foot John boat, his 25, and he'd scull to them trees. And, we talked to everybody, fishing and everything, catching those spring crappie, but they were all older gentlemen.
Yeah.
All older gentlemen.
Absolutely.
You didn't see 6 or 7 year olds out there in the boat all day with their dads. And now you turn around and you look, and you've got kids out there 16, 17 years old with bass boats, catching crappie and fishing tournaments and all this stuff. It's just crazy. I mean, it's evolved in age group to where used to younger kids, we're going to be a bass fisherman.
Right.
Well, now it's cool to be a crappie fisherman.
Yeah.
They're making it cool. I mean, it's really come a long ways.
Yeah, I mean, even with podcasts, I mean, when we started the podcast, it wasn't anything out there for crappie fishermen, but our viewers are out there, and they have proven it. They want to listen to us guys.
Yep.
So, I mean, I've seen it, and I remember when the first time I went crappie fishing, we used minnows, cane poles, tied up to a brush pile, and watch their, watch a float.
Just slip float out there, yeah.
And now, like you said, you got from live scope guys to spider rigging to pulling crank baits to you name it. There's
The amazing thing about it, that slip cork and that minnow and that brush pile still works today.
Yep.
You know
Still
what I mean?
catches fish.
Yep, still catch fish.
I'm gonna highlight something real quick. We've got a new sponsor for 2021. Man, just a great group of guys. Beaver Bottom Baits. Man, they've got some awesome products out there. Definitely check them out. We want to thank them for coming on for 2021 with us. Also, I'm gonna show real quick, and I'm gonna have to break away for one of them. Genco has a new pole out. Big T told me about it. So I'm gonna show a picture of it on here on the screen in a minute. Thanks, Lance. Also, I know B&M's got a new pole they're just coming out with for a spinning rod. I believe it's a 9-foot. I can see it's all dialed up. It should be available.
It's sweet.
Have they told you availability date yet?
I can't remember exactly, but it'll be here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's coming. So that's another new product that I kind of picked up on that, Grizzly will have. Like I said, they've got a really good selection at the Beaver Bottom as well. And, of course, you can pick up my Signature Series pole here. And our good buddy Todd told us that he's got a new 14-foot pole that's out on the floor right now that I see people walking out with nonstop. Yep. So it's a lot of new products and looking for some great gift ideas for Father's Day and even birthdays. You need to come on up here. Valentine's Day. Hey, nothing says better than a new pole.
That's it.
Your man. Yeah. Hook him up.
Well, anyway, we want to thank you guys. Man, we can't appreciate it enough.
No, we thank you.
Thank you for coming out and doing what you do, brother.
We planned on being here for 2022.
That sounds good. You're invited.
All right. Till next time. See ya.
See you.
Bye.
About a mile from Big Muddy River, a place I'll always remember. Cabin on the lake and a fishing pole. Forever here I'll rest my soul. I can feel my worries drift away.